Okay, so I'm gonna get right into this. This is highly speculative, okay? This is something that is most likely not ever going to happen. There is a possibility though, but this is something I've kind of talked about a little bit in the past. I want to talk to you guys about the prospects of a Resident Evil MMO. And when I say MMO, immediately a lot of people are thinking, World of Warcraft. Get that out of your head. No World of Warcraft, no EverQuest. That's not what I mean. I'm not. I don't mean a traditional style game like that. All I mean is that there's a bunch of people that can run around in a wide open world and do different things. They could team up together. And if you are a fan of Outbreak, which I am, obviously, there's a lot of buzz going on right now about Outbreak, and that's kind of what got me making this. But if you're a fan of that game, you know that there were different classes that could do different things. Some people could unlock doors, other people were good at making medicine, some people could combine different items, and that could be used as weapons. Think of something like that, different classes that you could choose from. And you could customize in your own way. You can go around, you can find different outfits, different types of packs that you can equip, different types of weapons that you can upgrade, and all sorts of things that just kind of keep you chasing that carrot on a stick that everybody loves to chase. Just keeping you going. And then think about the world. My idea for the world would just be mostly seamless, if not completely. I don't know if they can do this, but something that is really huge. I'm talking all of the Arclay Mountains, and you guys probably already know that's where the mansion was, the mansion incident that happened up in the Arclay Mountains. And then I believe also in the Arclay Mountains, I think it was in the same region, the Ecliptic Express. Is that what it was called, guys, from Resident Evil 0? I think that's coming out soon, so hopefully I'll have some of that on the channel as well. But with Rebecca and Billy, where they went on that train, and then you had the training facility that they went through. All of that stuff included up in the mountainous areas. Some various things out there, like maybe the abandoned mental hospital that we remember from Outbreak, and then all of Raccoon City that we remember from Resident Evil 2 and 3 and other installments. So all of that stuff, and then all of the substructures that we remember, all of the sewer areas, the subways that were in Outbreak, the labs, all of the labs that we remember from Resident Evil 1 all the way through, and everything that is in Raccoon City. Basically all of Raccoon City and the surrounding area in a huge wide open world. Maybe you could use the labs in the mansion as like a dungeon kind of thing that you can go in with a few other people, and it's really difficult in there. Or it's just really crazy in there. There's bosses and stuff that you fight. And the bosses would be very easy to do because we have a huge, rich lore of bosses in the series. And they could even add more bosses. They could get really creative with something like this. And the first time I had this idea, it came to me right around the time when I first started getting into Outbreak. I saw what they were doing with it, and I saw the different playable characters and the different traits that they had, and it very much reminded me of an MMO. You even had a character named Mark that could take extra damage. You had a character named Kevin that could dish out additional damages, kind of like a damage dealer. So I thought about that, and right around that time I was very heavy into EverQuest Online Adventures, so I kind of said, hey, what if we could combine these two in some sort of very strange way and come up with a hybrid Resident Evil. And back then, that was just thinking way beyond the boundaries of what was available. But now I think we do have the technology to do this. And why I'm interested in this and why I really want to talk about it now is because I know that Capcom is interested in annual releases of Resident Evil. So they're looking for ideas, they're looking for spin-offs and things that they can continue to bring into the Resident Evil universe. So I think that they would be kind of open to this idea, but I don't think this would, I don't know. It's just something that I don't ever see them doing. So it is kind of like a fantasy of mine, if you will. It's something that, it's just a fan dream, something I would love to see happen. I've discussed this with some of the people on the forums that I frequent, Resident Evil related fan forums, because there's a few of them that I'm a part of, and to my surprise, people were really receptive to the idea. Some people were like, it's not scary when there's other people. Well, yeah, I guess you could say that, but Outbreak still had a lot of atmosphere, and it still was pretty creepy, especially when you separated from each other and there were no headsets. All you had were ad libs, so it still kept that creepiness, surprising amount of it actually, that I wouldn't have thought was possible. But it can be done if it's done right. And you could have things in the world, maybe you have to find a walkie-talkie in order to talk with someone and be on the same frequency as them. Maybe you need batteries. Maybe you have to scavenge for batteries to keep your walkie-talkie going over time, and they drain. Maybe they only last a certain amount of times. You can only use them so many times before the battery drains, and that keeps people going and looking for things. So I think it's really interesting. All these different buildings that you could go into for different types of loot. You know, the solo gameplay would be, you know, pretty easy to pull off. You just have to be careful. You're scavenging for ammo, you're scavenging for different weapons and supplies, and then if you want to team up with people, you could take down a tyrant. You know, you could take down Mr. X or something like that, and a team, bosses and things. Maybe even have the zoo. I mean, where you could kill the zombie elephant that we all remember, giant crocodiles in the sewers. This is something that I think is extremely exciting, and if it was done right, it would be amazing. And I would just, you know, I would just tell everybody goodbye. I'd give everybody a hug and a kiss, and then be like, you'll see me in about 10 years, and I would emerge like an old hermit from my house with the sun burning my eyes. No, I'm getting crazy here, but yeah, this would be just wow. Think about the prospects of it for a moment. Even if you're someone who is completely into the single player aspects, you have to see how this could be awesome if it was done properly. But right now, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your ideas. Are you interested in this or not? If you are interested in it, tell me things that you think would be cool to see in a game like this, things that could be added into it, features and whatnot. Let me know down in the comments section. Thumb this up if you guys like it. If you're new here, please subscribe. I thank you all for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in my next video.